This offseason, the Minnesota Vikings rewarded head coach Mike Zimmer with a lucrative, sexy-ass extension. And yes, off the big-time playoff win, wildcard weekend. Didn't show up against the Niners in the divisional round, but I digress. Third winningest coach in franchise history, yada, 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 yada. Now, full details aren't known because head coach salaries is never divulged for whatever reason. But Vikings did announce that it was a 3-year extension, and we do have on good authority that the deal did put Zimmer into the top 5 to 7 paid head coaches in the league. So guesstimate about $9 to $10 million bucks per year, which is roughly the going rate up at the top. So it's great, right? Also, you add in the year that he had remaining, the 1-year extension, the Band-Aid that they gave him last offseason. He's under contract through 2023, and the Vikings are on the hook for 30 to 35 million bucks just with Zim. So coaching contracts are generally fully guaranteed. So if a coach is fired, the team is on the hook. Like they do have to pay out in full or close to full, depending on what the buyout on some contracts have like a buyout provision in it. But so we laid all this groundwork because as the season deteriorates, and if the Vikings continue to just be a national embarrassment week after week, and Mike Zimmer's team is over and over again unprepared and outcoached, would the Vikings actually consider firing Mike Zimmer this offseason, even with the massive extension? So I think that it's still, I think it's pretty unlikely just because of, I think that Zimmer almost has job security just by the fact of that teams generally don't like to eat that much of a coach's contract. They just don't, right? And not only, so let's say if it's just Zim, not Spielman, even though Spielman just got a big extension too. Although, how could the Wilfs keep Spielman if he just gave away 30 million bucks? Because it was Spielman who signed off on that extension for Zimmer. So it's like, yeah, that didn't work out, right? It's like, how does Steve Keim keep his job when he hired Steve Wilkes and company, and then traded up to draft Josh Rosen, and then after one season they're like, fire the head coach, and then also, let's get rid of the quarterback. How's that work? Anyway, but just to fire Zimmer, let's just say that Vikings would have to eat 50 plus million in costs between paying him, paying out the existing staff. Also, Gary Kubiak ain't work for free, by the way, and then paying a new coaching staff and a new assistant coaching staff as well. So that really doesn't make sense. Plus, Lincoln Riley ain't going to be cheap, so that probably will not happen. And also the Wilfs have said time and time again, also it's backed up by their actions, they do like stability, and paying out monster buyouts and then also paying multiple coaching staffs is anti-stability. It's basically very Browns-ish, very Jimmy Haslett-ness, right? So yes, this team is young and just getting their legs under them. Yes, this is a Rona offseason, no OTAs, no preseason, but every single team is having to deal with that as well. But also this team is... If they're not the youngest team in the league, they're at least top 5, right? But also, I mean, to be this embarrassed twice in a row, and also you got Derrick Henry coming in. The Vikings are the worst team in the league against the run, so that's going to be great. So let's say it happens 3 weeks in a row. And then you have the Texans coming down in Houston. So say it happens 4 weeks in a row. Then you're up at Seattle for Sunday Night Football. Say it happens 5 weeks in a row. Then the Falcons are pissed off. Probably won't blow a 20-point lead against the Vikings because they can't come back from double digits anyway. So let's say it happens 6 weeks in a row. Then what happens? Then what happens? And I understand to a degree the excuse of, well, it's a lot of young players, a lot of moving parts. Is Kirk Cousins new? Is Adam Thielen and Kyle Rudolph and Riley Reif and Mike Hughes and Holton Hill, they new? Are they brand new to the scheme? You have pretty much the most coaching continuity than any team in the league coming in. And I understand that you have Justin Jefferson in for Stephon Diggs. I understand that Danielle Hunter is out. I understand that Xavier Rhodes and Trey Waynes and Mac Alexander are gone, blah, 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 blah. But just don't get it. But yeah, if this season continues to go the way that it's going, and it frankly could get a lot worse, I think everything's on the table, but we're not to that point yet. So I think that Zimmer is safe due to the extension, due to what that massive payout would have to be. But man, just imagine if they didn't give Zimmer that extension and he was a lame duck. I think that seat would be on fire right now. And I think it could have been a real spot where Zimmer potentially could have been fired by the week 7 bye. Like, if this season goes the way that it's trending, and say the Vikings limp into the bye week 1-5, hell, maybe even 0-6. I think that heads could roll still, right? But like we said, Zimmer basically has a $30 million hostage right now. I think that, God, it's hard to say. Like, how do you keep your job after an 0-16 season? But I think with that extension, and if they do show some signs of life, or they could just blame it all on LeBron and Daniil being out, like maybe he could survive an 0-16, pull a full Hugh Jackson, which Hugh and Zim go way back like chiropractic, so maybe Hugh could give Zimmer a couple pointers, but oofta, baby. So I think Zimmer's safe right now, but if this continues to get worse and continues to devolve, I think all options can be on the table. So we'll see. But your thoughts. Could the Vikings really fire Zimmer after that big-ass extension? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. You want to support that work, pull some in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.